Ooh, nice and sunny. But the news that I'm about to talk about is not so much bright and sunny. So, NVIDIA. If any of you out there are gamers who like to build your own PCs, I've probably been caught up in the discourse of, RTX 30 series, 40 series upcoming, generally about graphics cards. However, recently, EVGA decided that they will no longer do business with NVIDIA for a couple of different reasons. Now, if you want to see a more coherent, or if you want to see a more, more fleshed out, more insider take on this, I would encourage you to go watch Jay's 2 Cents. That's a very good descriptive account of things. And I will give you the short version of that. Basically, EVGA has been a add-in board partner of NVIDIA for a long time. They've been making graphics cards. I even have one in my PC. I have an EVGA RTX 2070 Super. But as of late, as it turns out, relations had grown tenuous between NVIDIA and really all of their partners. But NVIDIA decided that we can't do this anymore. So they're cutting ties with NVIDIA. The reason for this is that NVIDIA's demands for AIB partners are extremely strict. In fact, I would say unreasonably strict, to such an extent that when reviewer channels like Jay do reviews of early graphics card products, oftentimes that's as much news to the add-in board partners as it is to the people watching the video. NVIDIA really kept them in the dark, and they made a lot of false promises. They, for example, when asked if NVIDIA was also going to be like a manufacturer of GPUs full time, because there had been a temporarily available Founders Edition, NVIDIA said, no, you don't need to worry about that. Fast forward to the RTX 20 series, NVIDIA's making their own cards, so that was a lie. And the reason that is bad for business for the add-in board partners is because they will never be able to manufacture graphics cards as cheaply as NVIDIA can, because they have to buy them from NVIDIA first in order to make their own versions. They have to buy the chips and some other stuff. I'm not a business person. But ultimately, EVGA decided that this is too much. We're losing too much money on this business deal, so we're gonna leave NVIDIA. And on one level, I don't care that much, because I don't have brand loyalty. Brands, corporations are soulless faces of whatever. But what does matter is that I think this is good for the EVGA employees, because they're no longer going to have to put up with really weird and kind of obsessive NVIDIA demands. And this is also a pretty bad look for NVIDIA, because this is a matter of what's called relative profit. For NVIDIA, it is not enough that they gain money. It is not enough that they are making a lot of money. They also have to make other people lose money. And in this case, that means their partners, their add-in board partners, NVIDIA sees as competition. So they are trying to get a leg up on them while at the same time maintaining a leash on them, intentionally limiting the amount of money that they can make. You can say that that's unethical, which it is, but at the end of the day, that's just capitalism. So if you have a problem with that, your problem's with capitalism, and which I would agree with. But this means that there's not going to be any EVGA RTX 40 series cards. There will still be 30 series ones. EVGA said, we'll sell the stuff we've already made, but we're not going to make anything new with NVIDIA. And I think that it's good that this bad look got cast on NVIDIA, because it sucks for all the employees at potential add-in board partners or existing add-in board partners to have to follow these really crazy strict and secretive protocols. But once again, do not take this as a moral elevation of EVGA or Galax or fucking Asus or Gigabyte or whoever on as a company. This is not a moral defense of them. This is simply a moral condemnation of NVIDIA. It's really not. And apparently this is how NVIDIA has always been operating. So what this means is that NVIDIA has been actively trying to bleed their partners of potential investment opportunities by setting terms that are so restrictive that it's, you have to fully commit to being in a business partnership with NVIDIA. It's a similar kind of thing that Nintendo does with Melee tournaments, where they don't see it as a suitable business venture to partner with the community, because even though they would make money from that, the community would also grow as a result of that. Nintendo doesn't want that. They want to sabotage the Melee community in particular. So what do? They try to use partnerships as a chilling effect. They try to sue the community for using their game. Similar kind of thing. Ultimately, they want to keep their partner, quote-unquote partner, on a leash to control the potential amount of exposure that they get, the amount of market capital, whatever, that they are able to get for themselves, even if that doesn't mean that the aforementioned company loses money. They are losing by implication. They are losing by not winning hard enough. But you can, I use Nintendo and NVIDIA as examples, but if you look hard enough, you can see a lot of companies do this. Oh yeah, there was one last thing I wanted to add, which is that a lot of people, for some reason, were surprised at this. We're like, dang, I can't believe that NVIDIA would do this. I can't believe that EVGA is really going to separate. And it's not that surprising of a move. It's a simple matter of, we as a company want to make money, and this has hurt us to the extent that it is no longer a good way to make money. So we're not going to do it anymore.